bringing first level energy to you tonight. I hope I'm not wasting it. Let's get serious and let's have the Inside Star Citizen review. Hello, my 17,000 lovelies. We just broke new records. We've been breaking records all week. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Inside Star Citizen Review. But more importantly, welcome to me. That's right. We refer to myself as the Banana Fountain. It's a long story. Sounds a little strange. It's probably because it is. We call this my narcissism button. This is my narcissism button. I have a problem. All right, it's myself. All right, are we ready for the Inside Star Citizen Review? We're going to be talking about the Fury here. It's getting kind of furious in here. Oh, that was a bad dad joke. It wasn't even really a joke. It was a half attempt at trying to make you laugh. I'm sorry, I didn't. All right, let's watch this. Let's see what's going on here.
Invictus is here, and for the next 2 weeks, we'll be learning and showcasing.
Oh, Grizz! I'm losing weight to this. Woo! Dropping down 5,000 biddies, man. Thank you so much, St. Grizz, in the house tonight. He's a celebrity. He's famous. Stay out of his way. Seriously.
As much as we can about the new ships and vehicles making their debut at this year's event. And since there's nothing that I can say that's anywhere as cool as what you're about to see, let's just get right to it, shall we?
We have a lot of ships and vehicles in our game now. Keeping brands with a consistent theme is important because it helps immerse you in the universe. You see a ship of a certain style and role.
Sell it, John.
That's that manufacturer. So having brands and sub-brands or entirely different brands helps strengthen that narrative. MISC is traditionally very industrial, very civilian, and we really like MISC styling as a brand. It made sense to introduce Mirai as their performance subdivision.
There's a lot of possibilities for where we can take this brand in the future. And not only will Mirai be heading in new directions design-wise, it's also a great opportunity to go in unsafe directions that maybe MISC wouldn't have done themselves. Kind of blending of human and Xi'an technology already in MISC, and one of their charges is going
Let's not oversell this. By the way, Hangry Sarah...
taking it even far.
Hangry Sarah, shame on you. I'm giving her the shame button. Hangry Sarah has made me believe that this is now a sad face. This looks like a sad face. Like if you look at it enough, this is a big round nose, and those are two eyes and a smile. Just look at it for a second, and you'll be upset because Hangry Sarah did this to me. She did it on a tweet. Sarah, I see you. I see what you did to me. I can't ever erase the image from my head. And it's there now, Sarah. So thank you for that. But this is a snub fighter. This isn't supposed to be fancy. I see a lot of people that are upset about this particular design. It doesn't fit with a lot of people that are into like PvP combat pilots generally aren't like into this design. You know what I mean? Like this is your basic kind of snub, kind of TIE fighter looking. I don't necessarily want to say it looks like a TIE fighter. It kind of reminds me of like I'm not quite sure. I know I've seen something like this before that looks more like it than what people are comparing it to with the TIE fighter. What does it look like though?
Farther.
That was a good ship. I'll tell you what, this ship is a good ship for fleet commanders that want to shove so many of these little snub fighters in something. This is all this is. Like, I don't know why people are getting so upset about the ship. All this ship is supposed to serve a function is to fit it inside of things. Let's be real, right? So if you're like a fleet commander and you want to boost up your numbers at all, or you want to like a surprise, like a trap, you load this up in a caterpillar. You can load a whole bunch of these up in a caterpillar. You could bait pirates with this ship. Why is nobody doing any of this? Oh, I'm telling you, nobody's talking like me. There's nobody out there talking like me.
I'm in a fountain.
Right. It's a trap. It's a trap. Absolutely. This ship, like, I don't hear anybody talking like this. I've kind of wanted to see how content creators were vibing with this one, because I got a lot of DMs from content creators and developers, and they were all asking me about this. Like, what do you think? What do you think? And I'm like, what's the big deal? It's a snub fighter. Like, why is it like it's a snub fighter? That's it. That's all it is. But you can use it in interesting ways, which is why I say this is more like a fleet commander ship who's composing fleets than it is like a combat pilot. You're not going to get a Maverick to jump into one of these and have a good time. You know what I mean? Like, Maverick is not jumping into this like he cannot, you know, like, oh, I can't wait to fly this. It's not one of those ships. This is a cram it into as many spots as you can ship and surprise the shit out of somebody with this ship, right? This is what this ship is. I'm just saying.
Be taking it even farther.
What's going on, Drake?
With the introduction of Mirai as a brand, this gave us the perfect opportunity to introduce a more military fighter to the lineup. And so we introduced the Mirai Fury. The Mirai Fury is extremely
it's nothing to look at. You know, like, this is not like, people, get it out of your mind. It's nothing to look at. There's so many people like looking at this like, oh, but the design, I'm not quite sure about the flows and the angles. Dudes, it's not that ship. It's the fit. It's compact. You heard John. His first sentence was like, it's a compact ship. You fit it into shit. You fit it into shit and surprise people with it.
Compacts. It allows itself to fold up into as small a package as we could possibly make a ship of this classification.
The Fury is
nobody talks
a cockpit
about it like this,
with some engines, some components, and some weapons strapped to it. To put it bluntly.
The devs know what's up.
So the Mirai Fury aims to take everything that makes Xi'an super impressive with all of its grav tech and ability to gimbal thrusters and be super maneuverable. It has really cool folding wings that allows you to get it into tiny ships.
So if you have a ship with a cargo grid or an area for cargo that's large enough, and a...
Look at my chat. Hold on. I'm going to applause my chat right now. Look at this. All of you have over 9,000 IQs right now. This is the chat I was looking for, and it's my own chat. Thank you. Hi. It's so nice to be here live with you. Rational, sane people who understand what the ship is used for. Because, like, I'm looking at a lot of content out there, and these guys have no idea, man. They're talking it like it's some type of, like, you know, amazing ship that you have to get into but has no design to it. And they're like, well, why doesn't it have like better angles? Why doesn't it have, I'm like, dudes, like, who are these people? It's crazy.
A door big enough to fit it in, you can get the ship on board, and helps provide on-demand support from any attacks that you may find yourself coming under whilst out in deep space.
Some might look at this and say the Mirai Fury reminds them of another popular spacecraft. What would you say to that?
I don't know what they're talking about.
Wait, what did Jared say? What did Jared say right there? I missed that. Hold on a second.
Yes.
Some might look at this and say the Mirai Fury reminds them of another popular spacecraft. What would you say to that?
I don't know what they're talking about.
John.
So when you approach the Fury, you'll first...
John Crew has that angry simmer. He's got that like angry simmer underneath, man.
Notice this big glass dome that gives you massive visibility. And then the seat will pop out and come and present itself to you, a little bit like the Asperia Talon. So you get to look at this massive glass canopy, which is super helpful for the pilot. And when it's in like its collapsed mode, you get to see all the different underneath parts of the wing with all like the nose step on it, where the maintenance guys would have to step on. You've got the component bays coming out the side of the body. Everywhere you go, there's just components everywhere. It's crazy how densely packed this thing is together. You've got air-to-air refueling port on the top. You've got all your personal
little
storage.
gadget snub ship, man.
Yeah, and the flaps at the back as well. We can't wait to get atmospheric flight in so those things can work for you. And the lights on the end of the wingtips as well that will blink intermittently, so they'll swap around. So when you're in transform mode, they'll kind of like switch which one's going. Alex did an amazing job on that. All around the back, these thrusters kind of presenting themselves to you in their gravity cradle that will flip up and down.
Also, more Xi'an than anything else, man. Like more Xi'an in Mirai, it has more Xi'an than human elements. I've said this too, and people don't understand what I'm saying, but I'm sure that you guys do watching. With Misk, you have more, like Misk and Mirai both have like human Xi'an elements, right? But Misk have more human elements in design than Xi'an, and Mirai has more Xi'an elements and designs than human. That's the way I'm breaking it down. I think that's how it's going to go from this point out. And personally, I'm a huge fan of Xi'an tech. I'm a huge fan of many of the Xi'an ships. I just love the whole Xi'an vibe. It's very alien. I dig it. I might even like Xi'an better than Vandal, except Vandal's always red and makes me feel like in battle mode and everything great. About BSG and Cylons and shit. Like the second I hop in Vandal, that's the mode I get into, right? So Vandal's still awesome for my alien ship fix. But I have to say Xi'an's right up there. I have to say Xi'an is really right next to it. It's a dead heat, if you ask me.
Depending on whether it's landed or not. When you're in atmosphere, you'll notice the bottom ones move more than the top, but once you're in space, that flips around. It's so maneuverable. You're constantly going to be throwing it around in directions it shouldn't be. You're like pulling stupid amounts of G-forces.
I know, Chris.
So having that visibility is going to be really important, and it's something we tried our best not to compromise on.
The view from the cockpit allows you to see pretty much the whole picture of combat ahead of you. You have fantastic agility to maneuver yourself around threats. And it just looks really cool. Just the cockpit.
It's a turret in space. It's a turret in space. Like quite literally. It's a moving turret in space is what this thing is. Dude, if there was a way to lock these like in an orbit around a ship, now that would be awesome. Let's see it. Let's see it. Lock it with the ship. Lock it with the ship, Pepe. These ideas, they only come from me, but say you had some type of engineering feat where you could push a button and this grav locks to like a larger ship, say like a hammerhead, you know, and say like because you locked it, now you're like in a continuous kind of like an orbit with like 360-degree functionality, but you're orbiting around like a larger ship and you've locked this ship to it. That would be awesome. I'm just saying, that would be awesome. Then you might have sold me. Then you might have sold me on this ship. I probably would have bought it if it had that functionality out of it. But, you know, nobody thinks like the banana fountain. Narcissist button, is that what we're calling it? Right, Pepe? Okay, yes.
The picture you have the guns in your view all the time, firing away, missiles launching right next to your head. It's a truly unique experience compared to our other ships.
Jack Axton,
we really try.
Damn it, did Jack Axton take the idea just as I thought it? Did he literally steal my idea, Aether?
Tried to keep the hood as minimal as possible. That was something I spent a lot of time in white box designing, like the layout of it and stuff. And we ended up settling on like just like a small kind of like glass transparent panel of all the MFDs and the radar at the top.
I thought that was original, Aether. I thought that was original.
The armrest. There's a lot going on for people flying this ship. So the last thing we want is to like, you know, overthrow you with buttons. Area to actually shoot is tiny, right? This thing's like a real glass cannon. It's got such a dominating small profile. You probably look at it come towards you like, oh, what is that? You know, it feels like a wasp, but you'll probably hear it hit you before you realize what it is. The profile of this, it's so aggressive. It's like these massive triangle shapes, but it's still got that mist kind of flow to it. So one of the things I cannot wait to see is when I'm stood on like Daymar or something and I look up and see like 5 of these things whiz past me at stupid speed.
I don't think it's that bad,
it's just really
honestly, if you know what it's
for. See this silhouette flying around, whether you're in it or on the floor
it's
looking
different.
up.
I'm seeing a lot of hate on it, though.
The Fury chassis is designed to support multiple variants, and we're exploring these over time. but we are introducing an additional variant alongside the base version at Invictus Launch Week.
That's what I think, Orson. Like,
the Fury MX takes the core of the base Fury and simply replaces all the guns with all the missiles.
The amount of missiles on the wings is just stupid. I remember being told how many we were going to be putting on it, and I did everything I could to make sure everything that
we're seriously gonna put this much on this small little snub fighter. Like that's a technical feat in itself for the artist to actually put these assets on this ship like this and stack them and arrange them in such a manner. This is gonna be hell on bugs, man. Like I feel like something about this ship with all this firepower and armament makes me really nervous, man. It's such a compact space with Star Citizen physics. So you're just strapping yourself into a bomb, man.
Was supposed to be a size 2, stayed a size 2. I think we've got 20 missiles on it now, yeah, and only I think it's 8 of them are size 1s. So yeah, have fun with that.
It's the absolute Nova damage variant. This thing is designed to put out the maximum amount of damage in as short a period of time as possible.
Right.
On top of all the missiles, we also add a deployable blast shield.
The blast shield's
cool. Provides additional armor to the front of the ship, whilst reducing visibility as the trade-off for that.
We really wanted to make this variant feel different, and that's exactly what we've got here with the blast shield. I just think it's awesome the way it comes down. We got the little Mirai boot screen as well.
Oh, come on,
taking some of the inspiration from some of the more alien manufacturers as well.
Right there.
And it really gives it that kind of alien vibe. Like, you can tell Xi'an Tech's been involved with it when you look at it when its blast shield's down. It's got all these cool sensors on the outside. It just looks utterly terrifying, and it's awesome.
So the MX is designed to launch from the...
What's up, man? Style, thank you for that subscription back and forth from work, and he's subscribing like a boss. Dude. Bad Style right now on the freeway. He's watching Twitch. He's like, I got to get my DG fix on it, and he's looking for that button. He's looking for that resubscribe button, man. And he's going to get in a wreck. Watch out, Mad Style. Look at the road, damn it. You're going to get in a wreck. I love you, bro. Thank you. He's going to kill himself for me. He's literally driving.
Parent craft do one or more multiple missile attacks on larger crafts. So you launch, you commit to your run, deploy your blast shield down, launch your payload, and then get out of dodge and return.
Oh,
and
damn, that's
utilizing all the tractor beam improvements in Alpha 319, you can then rearm the ship and repeat to your heart's content.
Dude, I'm saying people are probably going to rethink this if there's some DPS.
So
I feel like
Fury
this is like instant DPS bomb, man, like in your face.
Designed to compete against some of our most agile and capable fighters, such as the Arrow and the Gladius. It does that by being much more agile than those, as well as being a smaller form.
What's up,
It does
Stunner?
have limitations there. It doesn't have a quantum drive, so its range is sort of limited around planetary bodies. And ideally, it is carried within other ships.
The Fury doesn't have a quantum drive because there's not room. If we tried to put a quantum drive in this thing, it would have doubled the size of it, and then it wouldn't have fit in as many ships as it can. It's more maneuverable, it's faster, it's more heavily armed. It's got everything going for it.
My favorite thing about the Mirai Fury is definitely the thrusters.
We've managed to get fully 180-degree rotating main thrusters, meaning that we don't have specific retros. This also means that it's got much more efficiency when it comes to turning and strafing and all sorts of flight maneuvers, because it can put its main thrust in pretty much whichever direction it needs to go.
They are a great ship to bring along as a sort of defensive package to allow you to react to threats coming at you, or launch very short-range attacks on other ships.
But I bet they're gonna pop like nothing. They're gonna pop like Rice Krispies in a bowl of milk. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing with this one. This is just a number ship. You're throwing flying turrets with tons of missiles at something. You want that big pop bang at the very beginning of a battle. Dude, if you could link these things, though, with like a larger ship, and they made that a feature, man. Dude, I always wanted that in a video game, where you could just like link smaller ships to bigger ships and have like a multi-play session, and your friends are like literally in movable turrets around a ship. Oh man, that would be butter.
I imagine people who are using like eye trackers, or like, you know, they're really like on it, like looking around, trying to see what's coming up. It's going to be super useful for them because you're in dogfights constantly in this thing.
Ideally,
you would
bring multiple of these.
Wookiee's gonna use that.
And
Thank you for putting me in one of your vids too, dude. That was awesome.
Quite a lot in quite a lot of our other ships.
A lot of players and a lot of people like to bandy around the words pocket carrier. Well, this is the ship for the pocket carrier. This is the ship that will fill the pocket carrier. It's the pocket fighter.
In a fleet engagement, the Fury sort of takes on that very typical sci-fi trope.
That's very true. But they don't have all those missiles, you know,
The larger fleet engagement starts, a ship opens its doors, and all these fighters pour out of it. It is so small and compact that really bringing lots of them is no disadvantage to yourself. You just launch them all out.
Chris, you amazing man, you. I'm feeling love tonight.
Next time it's gonna be glass.
Like a boss. Like a boss. St. Grizz in the house tonight.
Ship and they just cause merry havoc.
Love you, dude.
I really want aircraft carrier vibes off this thing, and at events like Xeno Threat or Jump Town, you'll just be sat on the ground looking up, defending it, and see this kind of normal-sized ship coming towards you, and you think, oh, we can deal with that, and then just Furies come flying from all directions at you, and you just don't know where to shoot, and like all your ground-to-air defenses are like stretched because there's so many small targets fleeting around you. I just can't wait
Dude, it's the same reason the Empire did it with TIE fighters. You know, it's the same. It's like a swarm. It's a swarm ship. It's just supposed to be a swarm ship.
See what the community does with this ship. This ship has a big place in my heart as it's the first vehicle I've worked on here at CIG.
Really?
I had so much fun designing like all the intricate details and how it would fold away and how it would all transform when it's in deployed mode, and I was so like impressed and amazed by how everyone from all the different departments brought it together. So it was like this massive moving, everything just seems to be moving constantly when you fly it around, and it really feels like it's alive almost, and it's really satisfying to just see how it comes over, and I can't wait to work on more ships that give me that feeling.
And hopefully everyone is excited about the Fury as we are internally.
This poor kid. Is there comments like that in the video too, dude? This poor kid, man. I see what you guys are saying in the whole video. It's freaking cruel. This poor kid makes his first. Is this his first appearance on the show, man? Poor kid's getting ripped to shreds, buddy. Hey, listen, dude, if you're watching, dude, it's cool, man. Keep being you. Be courageous. Get out there in front of people. Don't let people back you down or get you in a corner. You stand up, kid. I like your style. You get out there with your one whisker and you show what's about.
It's been probably one of the most favoured ships internally during its development.
Like John Crew don't care.
Look at doing some more variants in the future.
So what we learned this week? Well, we learned Mirai is making one heck of a first impression with the new Fury. That there are 2 variants making their debut at this year's event, and that good things sometimes do come in small packages. And that if there ever was a ship that punched above its weight class, this would pretty much be the one.
Right, this is part of manhood,
now,
right,
don't
Chris?
forget that Invictus Launch Week starts proper tomorrow, with all the festivities you're used to returning alongside with it. How many F-8 Lightnings are going to be stolen this year? We really want to know. Well, I mean, because I definitely don't have anything wagered in that office pool that we definitely don't have going.
By the way, on the channel, you guys got to check it out. Last week, an F-8 Lightning amazing extravaganza of a video. That highlight was released today. And also, let's go check out Wook's, who was it? Futz? Futz is on the highway right now, and we asked him to honk his horn here. He said to check out the look at this area. I got so much to go over for tomorrow's show. You guys have been so busy. I love you. I absolutely love you. Where is it? I don't see it in the look at this section. Oh, I wanted to end the show this way with the horn honking. Where's Futz at? Anybody see it anywhere? Damn it. He said to put it in the look at. Oh, no. It is? Where is it at? Oh, I wanted to end the show with the horn honk. I don't see it anywhere. Damn it. Unless you guys have like buried it already. I was going to end it with the horn honk. Now I feel like the night is not complete without Futz in the semi-truck horn honk. I've disappointed everybody, Pepe. Pepe, I know, dude. But it's okay. It's okay. I can't find it. But just imagine Imagine like a horn honking right now from Futz's rig. And imagine it's okay, let's just put that in there. We can put that in post edit. Can't we do that, Pepe? We put that in there post. All right. We're going to the after party. We're going to have a blast. I hope you're along for the ride. If you're live, you are. If you aren't and you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to push the like button. Consider becoming a member or a patron. Help the channel out financially. It would be much appreciated. And let's get over to the after party and have ourselves a fun time, shall we?